Hello everyone. Government is the most important body of a country. It is the body that makes law for a country. It is responsible for maintaining law and order in the country. It is the decision making body of a country. All the countries of the world have government, but they don't have same type of government. Depending upon the freedom and power provided to the people, the government can be of three types: monarchy, dictatorship, and democracy. Monarchy is the form of government where the decision making authority lies with the king. The king or the queen rules the country. Power remains in the hands of the king. Citizens do not have any rights. They obey the orders of the king. They are not given any participation in the governance of the country. Earlier, most of the countries of the world were monarchy, but now there are only few countries which follow monarchy. For example, Saudi Arabia, Oman, etc. The second form of government is dictatorship. In dictatorship, a single leader or a group of leaders rule the country. There is no liberty or freedom for the citizen. They have no participation in the governance system. They are expected to follow the orders of the dictator. One best example of dictatorship is that of Hitler. Hitler became the dictator of Germany before World War II. The third form of government is democracy. Democracy is a form of government where the power and authority lies in the hands of citizen. The citizen through election vote and elect their leaders. These leaders take decision for the welfare of the people on behalf of the people. One important feature of the democracy is the government is answerable to the people. The government has to explain its action and defend its decision to the people. It means people are more powerful than the government. Democracy is the rule by the people. India today is a democracy, but India was not a democratic country before 1947. Earlier, till the medieval period, it was monarchy. It was divided into various kingdoms ruled by different kings. Later, it became a colony of British Empire and was under the rule of British government. India got freedom and became a democracy in 1947 after a long struggle. Like India, there are many other countries in the world where the people had to struggle to adopt democracy. For example, Nepal, South Africa, etc. Democracy can be of two types: direct democracy and indirect democracy. Direct democracy is the system which involves direct participation of people. That means all the people are directly involved in the decision making process. For example, when your teacher conducts election in the class for electing class leader, all the students are given equal opportunity to cast their vote. It is an example of direct democracy, as all the students are directly participating in decision making. Direct democracy is possible only when a limited number of people are involved. But when decision making is to be done for an issue related to large number of people, say lakhs of people, involving everyone is not practically possible. Taking views from all people every time won't be practically possible. So, in such cases, we adopt indirect democracy. Indirect democracy is also known as representative democracy. Under the indirect democracy, the people elect their representatives and these representatives take decision on behalf of the people. In the present world, indirect democracy is practiced in all democratic nations. We can see the example of our country. We, the citizens, elect our representative. They form the government and the government is responsible for taking decision related to our country. The government is responsible for taking care of the welfare of the country. So, this is an example of indirect democracy. An essential feature of democracy is universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise means that all adults in the country have the right to vote, whether they are rich or poor, educated or literate, men or women. They may belong to any religion, any caste, all have the right to vote. In India today, every citizen is having the equal right to vote. Every citizen who is above 18 years of age is considered as an adult person and have the right to vote. But earlier, all people were not given equal voting rights. Only selected people had the right to vote. For example, in USA and Europe, women and poor people were not having the right to vote. During the First World War, when most of the men went for war, women took up work that were earlier considered as men's work. After this, the women also understood that they are equally capable as men, and they started a movement known as suffrage movement for getting right to vote. After this movement, the American woman got the right to vote in 1920, whereas the women in United Kingdom got the right to vote in 1928. In India, before independence, only a small minority was having the right to vote. The minority took decision on matters related to the majority. Several people, including Mahatma Gandhi, were against this unfair practice, and hence, when we got independence in 1947 and the national leaders decided to adopt democracy, universal adult franchise was adopted and all the citizens were given equal right to vote.